Rescue, data and repair, my name is Dr. Ben. Happy welcome to a new video, and today we just review the Aixun T420D. It's a soldering station out of JC Aixun. So Aixun is a company which is related to JC, and they just built soldering stations too. And they made us this beautiful soldering station and asked us if we can check if this station works like the JBC NACE or NANE to B or to C, which we use every day. So normally I only work with JBC and only with the Nano station. And today I just want to check if that station can work like a really expensive Nano station. So the JBC NANE to C or NACE to B are about 1250 euro without tax. So that's the basic price for that station. This one is about 350 euro, including all the taxes and shipping to our country here. So let's have a look. Let's see. So the package really looks good at all. So we have here smart handle holder one for the right side, the smart handle holder left for the left side. Nothing is written on this package, we will see it soon. Here we have a manual for the station. I think we don't need that. So normally I work with the Nano, with this Nano handle from the JBC. And with the Nano tips of the JBC, okay? This station normally has a big handle and a smaller handle. And like the company, like the manufacturer says, you could use the JBC tips in that station. So that would be pretty fine. We just check that out now. So the package looks really high quality. So I packed out a lot of JBC stations, and the packaging on JBC is not better than that one. These are the stands for the handles. And oh yeah, here we have the station. So let's have a look. Is that all what is within this package? Yeah. Was that all? Yeah, it was all. Nothing more. So package, high quality. So this is the main station. It's heavyweight really. So normally heavyweight is always, it looks like the quality is good. So I had a lot of China stations here for testing. You could just keep them like that. They were not heavyweight, and yeah, they were mostly shit. So the housing looks pretty for high quality. So let's have a look and get this station to the run. I just disconnect the JBC and we will connect that Aixun. But before, I want to see what we have within these packages here. So T210 handle, 245 handle, T115 handle for Nano, and we got the tips here. So the big tips exactly looking like the JBC tips. So with these tips normally I don't work at all. And here we have the Nano tips. So that looks pretty interesting. Nano tips exactly looking like them I get for my 115 handle for the JBC. Interesting. And here we have Aixun tips for the T210 handle. So for each handle we have tips for the 245, for the 210, and for the 115. And we got a cable for 220 volts and some more tips here. Pretty nice. Cool. So 3 tips for each handle. That's nice. A cable we already have. We use that from the JBC. And we disconnect my beloved JBC and we check if this station can really work. And what we do today is we prepare a Google Pixel for a Logicboard for swap, because there we need a lot of power, because this glue on this board is a hell. trust me, it's a mess. And let's have a look. So here we have the stands. One stand for the left side. Okay. And can we click that stand on here? Okay, I understand. You can click that stand in here to the side. Yeah, that's pretty nice. So we can get it in. I tried to get it on the camera here. We can get it in like that. And then you have the station for the side. This handle directly on the side, the smart holder directly next to the station. And it's clicked in. So that looks pretty cool. And we need to connect the cable to the back side. Okay, good. One time. Now we go to the right smart holder. Right side smart holder. I just get this away to here so we can see it better on the top camera. So we go to here and we just get it in like this. And this really feels good. So open up and we connect the other side. So for me, I got a smaller station from Aixun for a test some weeks before, and it not felt good like this here. That I can say at this point already. So what about this one here? They get connected here. So it's always good if you already had solder stations before, but this is really easy. So normally I don't need an instruction here. So is it done like that? Let me see. We need it. I want to use the 115 handle because I use that on the JBC too, and I don't like the bigger handles. So get it out. Yeah. So what a feeling, man. It really feels like the handle of JBC. Crazy. Okay, we can plug it in here. We can plug it in here. What will be interesting in this case if I use my JBC and I just do it like here. And if I got my handle into the holder, the station stops heating. I don't know if it does the same here. So we need to see that. Now we need to connect this one here to the smart holder on the right side. Cool. And for the other side, we do the same. I hope that looks good later, Tim. What you record here. I know it's bad to do. So, and we use the 210 handle for the other side, I think. Let us use the 210. So you see it's a bigger handle, okay? We can take out the 245 too. And that's more big, okay? So this 245 handle is for the really big tips like this one or like this one, okay? This has really a lot of power, so mostly used for gaming stations like the PlayStation or like Xbox or whatever. So you have more power behind and you get much larger tips for that. Here in this case, what we do is mostly really like small things we solder, so it makes more sense for me. Okay, so and this is like, this holder I would say is only for the T115, yeah, and this one, okay, we can add it like that, but normally I really work only with the small tip. So you see here on my station, which I use on all my places, I only work with one handle here. So this one never used before. So we get this to here and we connect the JC, not the JBC, the Aixun station. But before, schluck of beer.
Important. Don't try this at home. Do try this at home.
Best one. Best beer in the world. in my opinion. So, oh, we have a lot of cables now here. So it's like if I work with that station, I need a little bit more space, like you see. And we need to think about how to coordinate this on the table, because we want to look it good and to have a good feeling on working. So, but now for the test, you see, I didn't unpack the device before. I don't know anything about it. But we connect it to power now. And what we see is the station boots up. That's pretty nice. The station boots up. What do you think, Tim?
It's Chinese on the screen.
Yeah, it's Chinese on the screen. So we have to go to options, I think. And now it's I'm Chinese, like you see. I can read Chinese. That's something I learned years before. And now we just have language, set it to English, and perhaps we can already start. Let's see which tips we have here. So, normally on my JBC station, I work with a big tip here for the 115 handle, and I want to see if I can use it with that handle too. So we go to temperature. Okay, Celsius, yeah, but I want to, what's level? Okay, you can set up levels. And I want, oh, we can go, on JBC it stops at 400 degrees. Here can go to 450. Okay, so I choose channel 3 now, return, channel 3. Does this station detect my tip? No, I can't go to it. Okay, so let's see if we can use this tip and it gets detected. Let us check. The tip looks a little bit different from the design. So, can you see that? It's bigger. Okay, so I don't think that it's compatible. But I'm pretty sure that we get tips from JBC which match to that. So let's check if this one is detected. So graph, system, sound, system info, okay. Return, level, compensate. Good. So heating, yeah, it says heating up. Yeah. Okay, what's pretty cool, you see? It gets detected by the stand. That's pretty okay. I can set it up to here and it stops heating, okay? So now let's have a look. We go to channel 3, 450 degrees. Do we have to click OK? I don't know. It says heating, but nothing happens. Okay, here you can check. That's pretty cool. On the JBC station, I don't, or I can use channels, but it's much more work. Here I can easily set up these channels without any problem. Okay, but why do you, why don't you heat up? Okay, it says heating, but it doesn't want to heat up. No tool. Get the tool in. Oh, and now it works. You see? And for the heating up time, it's exactly like on the JBC. That's pretty nice. Now we just check again if we can use, and we can use the JBC tip. Damn, nice. And if we click it in, it goes directly down, or not? Yeah, so it detects, and you see, it cools down. Okay, you can see here, and if I take the handle out, it heats up again. So that's pretty nice. Cool, cool. I'm hyped, I'm really hyped. So let's get all these Oh, it's not good to say. I'm sorry about that. Schluck of beer.
Ben, you drink too much.
Yes, God, no. Yes, God. I don't want to say any bad words again, okay? Fletzing hell. So, let us see if we can prepare this logic board by using that soldering station. Would be pretty nice. So this is a Google Pixel 4a logic board which is fully working. And we have another board here with components on, and we just want to see if we can swap them over. But before, we need to prepare the logic board. So, and that's a thing which is just pretty important to do if you need data recovery. And I can tell you that this Google Pixel 4a has a really hard board. So, or hard glue on the board. So what we do is just... Why the cam is off, Tim?
I don't know, man.
You don't know? Okay, you are sorry.
Didn't need it until now.
I will talk to your sister later. Let us see what she says if I say that Tim was just shutting down the camera while he was recording a video of Dr. Ben. So we just take out the shield. Why don't I take out the shield with hot air? Just because I don't want to overheat anything, okay? So I just do it with these tweezers. Here we have, or for the function of the board, we will talk about that later. At first, we just want to remove the CPU and the UFS chip, on which data are stored on. So we go directly under the microscope and we start by working with our hot air station. In this case, I work with JBC, but if Aixun wants to build a hot air station, just made it over, and we will check if that hot air station which you built is working like the JBC one. So, because I never saw a China station before which works like the JBC, really. So, and now Dr. Ben has to take off his glasses and we work on the board, baby. So, let us start like that. You see these chips here? And you see that really bad glue. It's really just a mess with that glue. It's a hard black glue. So, and again. Glue between the CPU and the UFS chip here. And as you can see, we just need to scrape away, but we always need to be gently to not cut any lines which going through the layers. So if we lose a little bit of the surface, it's not a problem, but that's all. So this side we already did. And here the same, because if we don't do that and we take out the chip, then the parts around will come off with the glue. And then you can sit them back to the board again, and this just takes time, and time is money, and that doesn't make any sense at all. Great. What we do now, Tim?
Take out the whatever that is, CPU.
Okay. Dr. Tim, I'm fine with you. We take out the UFS chip and the CPU. And then we will see if this works fine or not. Because the station here, I feel that the station, I didn't measure the temperatures, but I think it not works like it should work. Greets to JBC. I will mail it back again to you. And you can think about what's wrong with that station. So we...
Chance, JC?
JBC.
JC have the chance.
No. Oh, it's the chance for JC to build a good station, yeah. Then you are right, Tim, sorry. My fault. So, we just heat up the CPU. Always think, in this case, the board is needed and it's not about the components, okay? So, normally we are always on the side that we need the components and don't need the board. But here we need to prepare board and the components. And you see I'm at 340 now. And normally for a JBC station like this, 340 is nothing. And you can already see that bolts are coming out next beside to the CPU. And this is what I say about the station here. The calibration is just not right. And I have to get it back to JBC or talk to them about calibration. Because all the other stations we use here are completely calibrated from the factory. And normally if you use JBC it's always calibrated and works fine. But here it has more power than it should have. And you see, this is really the clue. The clue is fucking hard on this phone. Trust me. And we take out the next chip. And this is the storage chip. And you see the bolts around? They come up so fast, so just try to get a fast way to get the chip out. It's just like if you drive on a bike without a hat on your head. You know what I mean? You don't get the comparison. It's like here you are not secure because the temperature doesn't matches to what it should have, okay? So that is what I want to say. Normally in all our stations it's perfect. So we need to prepare the board, and now we can use for the first time our JBC, our JC station with the JBC tip. Let's see if this wants to work. So we add some flux here. Then we just need some desoldering wick. And let's go. Okay, we get a beep if we start. That's pretty nice. Okay, we can take solder. That's okay. And now let's... Oh, and the glue feels like hell. Like hell. You see? Normally if we have an iPhone logic board and I go over the glue, it just goes away without rubbing, scrubbing, doing anything. Here I need to push. I don't want to push because I don't want to destroy the board in any way. So what we can do now is we have a 210 handle here. Should we check, Tim, just for the video, a tip like this? Should we do it?
Do it!
Just to see if this one has power or not.
Let's see.
Pretty interesting, I think, because I never did it before. So, okay. Okay, and this stops even if I get it to the holder. So, I didn't thought that this really works. Nice. This is really a good station, I think. I always said I will never use something different than JBC But this station here is really, really cool. Until now. Okay. So we got a point of solder on it. And let's see if this station has power. So, we go to... Okay, we need to choose a channel. So we can check, just say temperature, level, and level 3. For this handle I want to set up to 450 degrees, okay, to get more power on it. Check, return, return, return. Then we just click on that, and now, yeah, we are at channel 3. It's heating. So let's wait if we can come up for the temperature. Wow. See that, Tim? So because the handle is bigger and we have some more power on it, it really feels a little easier to get away the glue. And trust me, I did a lot of them boards before, and I prepared a lot of them logic boards for the Google Pixel 4a. And it feels like with the bigger handle, it feels a little bit easier. Okay, now you can say JBC builds bigger handles too. That's totally right, but with a different station. So you have to use 2 stations if you work on that. But here you have 1 station and you can use a nano handle, and the JBC tips work with that nano handle. And here we have just the possibility to use a bigger handle, and there we can use the JBC tips too. And that's really nice. So we just add some flux again. And I told you before, this is really just a mess of a board. So we just need some time to clean that, because the glue is really fucked up. So we need to get some more solder here. Okay. Tim took the bad solder off my table. Not a good one, but not a problem. No, it's okay. Give it a try. Just give it a try, okay? So, and we get enough solder into the wick. Why? Just if we come down to the board and we come down to solder points, we don't want to destroy anything. So we can go directly to the board too, but gently, okay? Always gently. But I'm really like, this could really be a good way to prepare these boards. You see, the glue is really hot. Okay. I have to clean between. Let me clean one time. But the handle works fine, that's pretty cool. And even the holders are strong. They are really, really strong and really working fine. This is just ground layer, not a problem. But you see, it's still a mess. Really still a mess. I just have an idea. I just want to check something out for the station. Is this okay? I just want to get a bigger tip from my table, and let's see if this works with the handle, because that's a monster tip, okay?
Let's go.
Okay, let's go. This is really a monster tip. We try to use this monster tip now. I know this video is just a little bit like we need to try something out, but it's totally okay. So, and this tip, let me see. Yeah, it should work with the biggest handle we have. Should we test the biggest handle we have?
Let's go.
Yeah, okay. We just check that. So, this is a JBC tip. You see here, JBC? Can you read it on the tip? I try to do it like that. So it's a JBC tip. And we get the tip in here. So, and then we just need to connect the new handle, because this handle, we don't need 210, now we go to 245. So we go to a 245. You can still do this work without any issues with the normal nano handle. That works too with that station too. That's not a problem. I just want to show you all the handles which we have for this station. I just want to show you them, and I just want to check how they work, okay? So normally my way to work would be just using the nano handle, scraping, getting down all the glue. But now I just want to try something new with you. So, okay. Oh, let's see. Do you see what a big tip? And yeah, that's what I expected here. You see, this handle is like magic for that job here. So, and the big advantage, what I said before, is that we have one station which we can use for the different handles we have here. And I think that is something which is pretty important or pretty nice for the review of the station. So you see, if I use my JBC stations, it's like I need to use this CD2SE with the big handle, with the 245 handle, and a nano station for the rest of the job. But here I really can use one station, and I can just apply the handle I need to the station, and I'm done. So, and it's still hard glue, like you see, even with the biggest handle we have here and with the biggest tip we have here. So this tip I normally use if I work on a game console board or on a MacBook Logicboard and I really have something to do which needs power. So then for me it's like, okay, I need to use this tip. And I got the JBC 245 handle too for the JBC CD2SE, and this works pretty fine. But like I said, I need to use a different station then, and here it's one station, and that's for me a really big advantage at the moment for the Aixun station. So, and I add solder again. And I go over, and important is that we don't lose any pads here, because then we have to jumper, and that's something like I don't want to do in the best case. So in worst case we have to do, okay? But I don't like to do it now here with this job. Yeah, but this feels pretty okay. We will clean that one time. Cool. This handle doesn't match to that stand here, so in the stand you can only use the 150 and the 210 handle, not the 245 handle. So remember that. But as you can see, the glue has been almost gone already. And what is missing here is only NC, so not connected, not bad. These pads are always going off. Not a problem at all. But you see, the surface looks pretty okay because we had a lot of feet on the tip. And that is a thing I really like. So now we can just go with the tip. Just through the side, just remove the glue from the PCB. Okay. And I think that we can use a smaller tip soon, because now we are on the point that we don't need to use a big tip anymore at all. Here, just one more time going over with a little bit of wick and a little bit of solder with the big tip, and after that we just switch again to our nano handle. But as you can see, this has really power. So Andy will love it. If I showed this to Andy, he will really love it. Yeah, okay, it has power, it is strong. But even if you see that this handle has a lot of power, you can imagine how hard this glue is. That is what I told you before. It's a mess of a glue. But okay, looks pretty fine. Get it back to the station, cleaning one time. Yeah, so the rest I can do with hot air. Even I need to clean here the glue on the CPU area. The glue on the CPU area. And therefore I just use the nano handle now. So we have the Trua is a 150 nano handle now with the JBC tip. Yeah. So, okay. And you see this works pretty nice even with the nano handle. So the same glue. We have the same glue, but not as much. The glue rests on the CPU area. We are at 450 degrees. With the JBC station we end up at 400 degrees with the same tip. Remember, we have the same tip. So we have 50 degrees more here, which we can use. And which is pretty fine if we are working on a glue which is hard like that. We didn't lose any pads at the CPU area. But what I need to say is that on the Google Pixel 4a Logicboard, the pads are really strong on the board, so it's not like the pads coming off easily. Yeah, feels really good, and it beeps and stops, so the JBC doesn't beeps. I don't know if you can activate that. I didn't check ever, so I was only like, I used JBC stations from the first day I worked on logic boards, and I never tried to check anything about the settings because I always work at 400 degrees and never switch anything on that station. Okay, what can we do now? We can use our beloved JBC hot air station to just clean up the rest of the glue on the board. So, and we can directly go here. So you can see we have some more glue here. Some more glue on the side. And on the top area. So, and we are almost ready with preparing that logic board. Yeah, cool. This area here. Just need to feel when you are at the end. This one here is not too deep, so we didn't destroy anything on preparing the board. I don't know how it looks like on the cam, but it's all fine. So, and again here. So looks good, all pads are flat. Like you see, I can scrape over without ripping anything. Yeah, and we took the solder off really good. Related to a good station, which really worked nice. And I think we are done in this case here with preparing that logic board by using the Aixun. It's called, where's the box? The T400 or 420D.
420D.
Yeah. Really was a nice thing to use that station for preparing that logic board, people. I can totally say that this is one of the best stations I ever used for soldering. One big advantage in this case is that we have two handles or even three handles which we can use with one station and two stands, and everything is really fine for that. So I totally recommend that. I hope you like the video. We are done with that, and now I can totally recommend this station. It's really nice. Aixun, you did a great job. We are out. Goodbye.